Hey guys, thank you very much for watching this, and this is kind of a first for me. I promised it, and I'm going to give you my review for The Batman. And I'm going to be doing two of them. The first one right now is going to be spoiler free in case you haven't seen it. And then I will also record one which has my full unabridged thoughts on the film. And believe me, I have a lot to say. First of all, I have been waiting for this for over a year and a half, and it was very challenging though because of COVID, but they managed to pull through and brought us one of the most hotly anticipated films ever, and boy did it deliver. And yes, it is about 3 hours, but I didn't think it was long. It went by quickly, as the best movies do. And I quote the late legend that was Mr. Roger Ebert when I say, "No good movie's too long, and no bad movie is too short." Overall, like the cast, the cast did a very good job, and I know everyone was up in their arms about Rob Pattinson, Edward Cullen, Cedric Diggory, but every actor who's played Batman has faced some level of scrutiny, and it's just kind of funny. I mean, we were wrong about Keaton, Bale, Affleck to a degree, and we were definitely wrong about Pattinson. This guy, for the past 5 years, he's definitely stepped up his game and shown us that if he's given a good script, he will more than deliver. And overall, I love the idea of Bruce Wayne not being the billionaire playboy, which of course Pattinson can play. I mean, he ain't that bad looking. But I just liked how he was more brooding, and he was inspired by Kurt Cobain. Like Bruce Wayne is more like an emotional recluse, which I thought was an interesting take on the character. And Zoe Kravitz was she really nailed that mixture of sort of seductive, but also trying to stake a claim in the world, in like a male-dominated world. In terms of the villains, every story is as good as its villain. And boy, Paul Dano as a Riddler, man, that was quite something. And then Colin Farrell showing up as a Penguin, I think that was him. I couldn't really tell. All I saw was a penguin. And everyone else was great. Jeffrey Wright as Lieutenant Gordon, not quite Commissioner Gordon, because it is said in year 2 of Batman's role. And then we got Andy Serkis as Alfred, which was pretty good, even though his screen time was limited. We were already familiar with the character, but I was still looking forward thoroughly to Mr. Serkis's take on the character. But the one thing that really stands out to me is the score. Michael Giacchino, this guy, ever since The Incredibles, he's been one of my favorite composers. He's done Star Trek, he's done Rogue One, he's done the Spider-Man MCU trilogy, he has like a Swiss Army knife of abilities, and he just did a very good job, especially with just like there's a car chase that happens, and I just get chills with it. And my last my last thought, the opening scene, without giving too much away, perfectly encapsulates everything about the character. Thank you very much for listening, and if you want to see my spoiler-filled review, please check that out as well. Thank you very much for listening, guys, my cinephiles, and hope you had fun, because there usually ain't no law against it. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.